Do you think oil paints are too hard? Today, I'm going to prove why that's not the case and show you the easiest method to get started with oil painting. Tip 1. Start with a monochromatic palette. I'm using titanium white, black, and raw umber. It strips away color decisions so that you can focus on shapes and values. I thin my paint with Liquin. It's a fast-drying medium that lets your paint be dry to the touch overnight. It's my absolute favorite mixing medium for oils. Tip 2. Wipe away highlight to map out your lights. Block the entire canvas in one mid-tone color. Then grab Q-tips, or cotton swabs if you're outside of the US, and rolled up Viva paper towels. Regular paper towels like Bounty don't play nice with oils, so I stick to Viva here. Wipe away the lights. It's like sculpting with subtraction. Next, mix black and raw umber to punch in the shadows. Let this layer dry completely before you move on to the next. Tip 3. Know exactly when to walk away. One of the biggest challenges people have with oil paint is knowing when to stop and let it dry. As a general rule, when the paint starts sliding around over the previous layers of wet paint versus sticking to the canvas, stop and let it dry. If you keep working over the wet paint, it will start creating a muddy mess. The dry time will vary depending on the materials you use. For me, I use Liquin. This is a fast-drying mixing medium. It thins the paint, adds transparency, and increases flow, plus it allows my thinner layers to dry to the touch overnight. Sometimes even sooner than that. Tip 4. Embrace the ugly color stage. Your first color pass over the underpainting will look worse than what your underpainting alone looked like. Almost guaranteed. For this stage, we will mostly be glazing, which is adding translucent layers over the underpainting, but there will be some opaque layers too where we've added white. Opaque layers hide crisp details, temporarily making the painting look a bit out of focus. Don't panic, the next layers will sharpen everything right back up. By breaking the painting up into a monochromatic underpainting and then glazing and layering your colors on top, you make the whole process easier. You are separating two challenges into easier to handle bite-sized chunks. If you're trying to blend your color at the same time as you define your shapes and values on a blank canvas, it can be very overwhelming. This method makes the whole process so much easier and stress-free, allowing you to have more fun. Are you enjoying this lesson? Do you want to follow along in real time, brushstroke by brushstroke? Head over to patreon.com/Lachri, where for as little as $6 a month, you get access to this and over 400 of my other long-form lessons. That's a lot of lessons for not a lot of dollars. Let me help you take your work to the next level. Tip 5. Bite the fingerprint apocalypse. Oil paint loves to travel. Set a dirty brush on your palette, bump it, and suddenly the handle is coated in paint. Pick it up later and bam! Paint on your hands, your canvas, face, clothes, even the cat. I don't even have a cat, but that doesn't stop me. Paint gets everywhere fast. Make sure you wipe your handles instantly and keep a clean zone. One habit stops chaos. I hear people say, well, I'm just a messy painter, so oil paint's not for me. No, being a messy painter is a choice, and not a good choice for oil painting. Develop good habits like keeping your oil painting space clean and your life will be much easier. Also, you should probably go take care of those dishes you left sitting in the sink. Tip 6. Add the details and final glazes. With the last layer dry, we can start refining details and final glazes. I want to make sure my edges don't look fuzzy. That makes the whole painting look out of focus. Use a little bit more Liquin mixed in with your paint so that it flows smoothly. If you are working on a canvas that has a heavier texture, this is going to be more challenging for you. When working with details and smooth blending like this style of painting, it will be much easier for you if you choose a canvas that is smooth versus rough. That's not to say that rough canvases are bad, but they're not great for this style of painting. Here, I'm using a Frederick's Belgian linen canvas board because they are so smooth. My paint just glides across. Full disclosure, I do make sponsored videos for Frederick's, but this one I bought myself. This is not a sponsored video. Tip 7, apply the perfect varnish. There is only one varnish I use for oil painting. Most varnishes with oils require that the painting be dry to the touch for 6 months before you can varnish your work. That's going to be a problem if you're selling your work to hang on to a painting for that long. I use Gambar by Gamblin. This varnish you can apply to your work as soon as it's dry to the touch. I usually wait anywhere between a few days to a week when I'm done painting to varnish my work, and it just brings out a beautiful, even shine everywhere. Remember, if you want to follow along with a nearly 6-hour real-time lesson, head over to patreon.com/Lachri, where you get this and over 400 of my other lessons in multiple mediums. I'm going to keep you busy for a very long time. That is a lot of lessons for not a lot of dollars. You can also head over to Lachri.com if you'd like to see a supply list for everything I use with oil paints, or check out the video description. Are you curious about the difference between oil and acrylic paints? I share all of the truths and myths in this next video.